going on, my friends? For today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at some bracelets from Forstner. These are designed for the Tudor Black Bay 58. However, I will be putting them on my Tudor Ranger. Before we get into it, let's do a quick wristwatch check. I'm rocking my Omega S&P 300 with a Forstner Model O, which I have been absolutely loving. It really just changes the wearing experience of the S&P 300, and I loved it so much I decided to get another one for the Ranger. And before we get into it, some of you are going to be wondering, why the hell did I get a Model O, or basically an Oyster style bracelet, when that is essentially what you get with the OEM bracelet from Tudor? And I will agree with you people asking that question, because it really doesn't make sense. I mean, for all intents and purposes, the Tudor bracelet is superior. It does have the beloved T-fit clasp that everybody loves. And on a more superficial level, this one actually has the Tudor branding on it. And all I can say is that the fit just wasn't right for me. If I had all of the links on and the T-fit clasp at the smallest position, it was a little bit too big. And so if I removed one link and had the T-fit clasp in the largest position, it was a little bit too tight. So, it wasn't off by much, but it was off by just enough for it to be bothersome for me. So for me, the next best thing is to get the Forstner Model O, and in this case, this one was a perfect fit. So that's just a little PSA or FYI for you people. Some of you might have the same issue on the Ranger bracelet. It might not fit, it might be off by just a hair. And so if that is the case, then the Forstner Model O is a perfect alternative to solve that issue. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Let's go ahead and start off with the Model O, and I'll show you guys what that looks like when it's on the Ranger. And there you have it with the Model O bracelet. I think this is just a beautiful look. And I mean, it looks exactly the same as with the OEM Tudor bracelet, but it worked on that one, so it works on this one. One thing that you might not realize is it has this on-the-fly, automatic adjustment here. So it's kind of cool. It's just a cool little feature about the watch. It's spring-loaded and will move with your wrist as you extend or flex your wrist. So just a nifty little feature. And then you've got a beautiful amount of micro adjusts. And honestly, you've got enough micro adjusts to compensate for about, I would say, almost 2 link replacements. Maybe not 2, probably 1.5, but still, I just love the amount of micro adjustable positions that you have here. It's just phenomenal. And then here's the clasp, mill steel clasp. I know that's a crowd pleaser. Everybody loves a good mill steel clasp. And then also the finishing is just beautifully done. Just a good looking bracelet. I'm sure I'll also inject some wrist footage here for you so you can see how it looks on the wrist. But overall, I'm pleased. I gotta say that Forstner bracelets do charge a premium. If you're used to strap code or other aftermarket bracelets, these ones aren't gonna come cheap. They're gonna be almost double in price. So that's just up to you on your comfort level. I do recommend reaching out to the company. Just go to their website and email them and ask them and see if they're willing to negotiate or provide a discount. That's what I do every single time for everything. Before I make any purchase, I will reach out to the company directly and just ask them if there are any discounts or if they're willing to move on the price. And most of the time they are willing to work with me. And it's not always a huge discount, but honestly, anything over 0 is better than nothing. So never hurts to ask. And now let's go ahead and check out that Model J or Jubilee style bracelet. So here is the Model J. Let's do a quick 360 just so you can see what we're working with here. Brushed on the inside, and then you've got mirror polished links or center links, and then brushed outer links on the outer side. And then you've got that same level of finishing, same level of quality on the clasp, which is phenomenal. Milled steel. And then again with the fantastic amount of micro adjusts here, just a phenomenal job. This is also going to charge you a premium. I can't remember the price off the top of my head, but I will have that on the screen for you. I think this is the one that a lot of people have been curious about because Forstner has actually been out of stock with this one for a while. So there's not that many people that were lucky enough to get this for their Ranger. But let's go ahead and see what that looks like, and I think you are going to be just as pleased as I was. And there you have it with the Model J. I think this looks really clean, really classy. For those of you who have a thing for Jubilee style bracelets and you have the Ranger, I think you're really gonna like this combination here. One thing that I think the Jubilee style bracelet does really well is that ease of wearing experience. Super comfortable. It just, sort of morphs into the shape of any wrist, and I really like that. And again, I'm probably putting some wrist footage here just so you can see what it looks like on the wrist. But both of these bracelets are home run as far as aesthetic appeal and quality. I think it's really cool that they stuck with the same shape for the end links here, so you can use these bracelets on the BB58 and on the Ranger. It's always good to have that versatility or that flexibility. And other than that, I am a happy camper. I'm very pleased with these purchases, and I just want to show it off to you guys today. And that's about it. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Thanks so much for sticking around and getting this far. Of course, if you can, please like and subscribe and share with your friends. And I always appreciate that. And I'll catch you guys on the next episode. Bye.